Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nicole Taylor. So today I'm gonna be filming a Halloween tutorial. It's gonna be like, well, you just saw it, but it's gonna be like the zipper, like half glam, half Halloween unzipped face makeup. So I don't want this video to be too long. It took me a while to create this look, so let's just get into the video. So to start out, I got this zipper from the 99-cent store. I'm pretty sure your local 99-cent store has it. It came in like 5 in a pack for like $2, so it was cheap. So to start, I'm gonna just measure this to my face, see where I want it, because I want it half zipped, half unzipped. So it's gonna start unzipping at my nose. So what you see me doing, I'm just measuring it to make sure, like, it fits properly before I start gluing it down. So I used eyelash glue. Like, you can use spirit gum, which is like a Halloween glue that is used for looks like this, Halloween looks, but I didn't have any, so I just used a regular lash glue, and it worked perfectly fine. It didn't irritate my skin. I mean, if it's safe to put on your eye, then I'm pretty sure you'll be just fine using it for this. So yeah, I'm just letting it dry so it can get a little bit tacky. So I just started placing it. I tried to do it like in 3 sections: the top, the left side, and the right side. This took like 5 to 6 minutes. It took a little while to dry. Like, I had to hold it there for quite some time. I had to hold it in place so that it could dry. Just take your time. As you see, like, I'm doing this side first, then I went ahead and I stuck the other side down just because I didn't want it to fall off or anything like that. I wanted it to be really steady. So yeah, I was trying to hold down all the spots at the same time. It was kind of hard. So after I got that glued down and situated and it was drying, I just got started on the regular sides of my face, the left and the right side, because that bottom part where the zipper is unzipped, that's going to be like the gore, the Halloween makeup. So I just kept it pretty simple for this part. I'm just using my Fenty foundation. I'm just going to blend that on both sides of my face. And I realized that brush was way too big, so I went in with a smaller brush so, I could be more precise and get in those corners. So yeah, this part you can really do whatever you want. You could go full glam, do a cut crease, a glitter, smoky eye. You could do whatever you want. But I just kept it simple and basic. As I said, this look took me long enough already, and I just didn't have the time to go all glam on the eyes or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep blending that foundation out so everything is blended. We don't want to be looking patchy or nothing. So for this next step, I just took some foundation on a smaller brush, and I tried to cover up the black from the zipper because I wanted it to look like my skin was unzipping, not like I just glued a zipper down to my face. So I'm just gonna put that there, and this part took quite a bit of foundation. Actually, you can probably use concealer, but I just went ahead and used foundation since I was already using that, and I just tried to blend it in with my skin. It's not gonna blend in completely because like it's material and all that, but yeah, I just concealed the edges. This part was kind of hard, because it's such a small area, trying to get in there and really cover all that black. Took a little bit of time and patience. So yeah, now I'm just going in with that same brush I used to blend out my foundation, and I'm blending out the foundation I just placed on the zipper. I'm blending that out into my skin just so everything flows smoothly. It doesn't look like I just threw some foundation on there and left it. So just take your time, just be patient. Like I said, this is kind of time consuming, so just take your time with it. And then I had an extra piece of the thread, like from the zipper. I just cut that off. So now I was just taking some powder, like skin tone powder I have. I forgot what brand it is. But yeah, I'm just taking that and I'm just setting it on the zipper so it'll blend even better with my skin. Now you guys, you know, I said I kept it simple and basic, but you can never go wrong with a nice winged eyeliner. So you know, I'm just gonna do my eyeliner, winging it out really quickly. And I have to do this using a small mirror because I just can't do it just looking at the camera. I just can't. So you know, no matter what, you gotta do your eyeliner. Look at that sharp. So yeah, like, it's self-explanatory. You could do a wing. You don't have to do eyeliner at all. Like I said, I didn't do any eyeshadow, but if you want to go ahead and add eyeshadow and really make this part of your face really glam, you could go ahead and do that. I just didn't have the time for it. Just finishing up that wing. Come on, girl, hurry up. Alright, so now I'm just going to add some highlighter, and I'm using the Fenty Beauty highlighter. I still cannot find my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, and I'm so upset about that. But I'm just going to throw some highlighter on, and as I said, I'm going to be using the Fenty highlighter in Trophy Wife. So I just highlighted the regular spot, and I highlighted under my brow bone. So now to get started on the gore part, I'm going to be using this paint palette I got from Spirit Halloween store. And first I'm going to be taking a thin brush and I'm going to be going in with the black. I was trying to get a thumbnail picture, but I'm going to be going in with the black paint, and I'm just going to do it like right at the edge. How do I explain this? Like right at the edge, kind of underneath the zipper, just to create like some dimension, to make it like give like a shadow effect. Because I really want it to look like my skin is being unzipped, so you know, I'm going to give that effect like, you know, it's underneath. This is what's underneath the zipper. So I just use the black, you know, black to make like a shadow. You want to just do that all along the zipper. Now I'm going to be using this red. I'm going to be applying this all over this section of my face. So guys, this paint is so thick and hard to apply, to get on your brush. Like, it has to do so many layers. So I would recommend using water, wetting your brush, which I did not do that, but I really should have done that, and it probably would have made my life so much easier. So at the edges of the zipper, you want to make sure that you're blending that red paint with that black. So you don't just want to look like black lines over there. You want it to be darker so it gives that shadow effect, like it's underneath the zipper, like it's, you know, like, I don't know how to really explain that, but yeah. So I'm just going to be covering this whole side of my face with the paint. As I said, I should have used water if you wet your brush. So yeah, I had just got my second nose piercing done like a week ago. So I had to be careful. It kind of hurt when I was like trying to blend the paint over it. Then I'm using my beauty blender just to like smooth out the paint, make sure it's even layer, it's not looking patchy, or some places are darker than others. So now I'm going to be using liquid latex. I just squeeze it into this little container that the paint palette came in. I'm going to be using my beauty blender to apply it. You can use a brush or you can use a sponge if you want, but this works very well, so I'm going to be using my beauty blender. So if you've done makeup like this, you know how to use liquid latex. I apply a layer of the liquid latex, and then I apply a layer of tissue over it. It's really cold in my apartment, guys, like really cold. But yeah, I apply a layer of tissue over it, and then I go back in and I apply another layer of liquid latex over it. You can do more layers, but I just did one layer of tissue, but you can keep doing more. I feel like the more layers you do when it's time to cut it and all that, like it'll be easier to manipulate it without like accidentally like cutting your skin or anything, because it's just more layers of latex. So yeah, I'm just adding more latex to that container, and I'm just gonna put this over the tissue. So when you're putting it over the tissue, you want to make sure it's covering the tissue, like the tissue is laying down and it's really sticking. See how that's like hanging out, sticking off? You don't want that. You want it to just be laying down. So you want to really make sure it's coated with the latex. Now they do have liquid latex that comes in different skin tones. You want to make it look like your skin, but I just use this one. And if I want to make it look like my skin, I would just put my foundation over it or my concealer over it, because those colored ones are more expensive. So yeah, this is just me making a mess. Like when I do these Halloween makeup tutorials, the cleanup process is so much after. So yeah, I'm just fanning it. It dries pretty quickly, but I just wanted to quicken up the process. So now I'm going to be going in with that red that I used first, and I'm going to be mixing it with the black just to make it darker, give more dimension to the look, and I'm going to be covering that up. And this is what I was talking about when I said that they have different colored liquid latexes, but I just use this one, and whatever color I want to make it, I just apply my makeup over it to get it to be that color, so it doesn't look white. Just covering that up. You want to make sure that there are no white spots, that you really, you know, if you got to do 3-4 layers, do that. So right now I'm just like playing with the latex, manipulating it. There's no specific way that I did this part. I just, you know, I wanted it to look like hanging skin, like, you know, like just like really gory and Halloweenish, if that makes sense. So I was just like pulling some parts down, I was cutting some parts just to make it look like hanging skin, to make it look realistic. And, you know, you just play with it and just keep adjusting it until you like how it looks. Like I was peeling off from but be careful, because I only did one layer. This is what I mean, like if you do more layers, you won't have to worry about cutting your skin. Just be careful, make sure you're cutting the latex and you're not really gonna cut your real skin. So I was just, you know, cutting and peeling until like I was happy with the way it looked. So at first I was just gonna do the latex and the tissue at the bottom, but I decided like I didn't like how that looked and I wanted to add it, you know, further in that spot. I didn't put it on my nose because of my nose piercing. It's still new and not healed, but you can if you want to. So yeah, it's just the same process. You can just watch. I just did a layer of latex, a layer of tissue, and then another layer of the liquid latex on top of that. You can do as many layers as you want, but I feel like it was unnecessary. It worked perfectly fine with just doing this one layer of tissue. Like I said, this is time consuming, so if it's your first time working with liquid latex, you know, just take your time, don't rush, like, you know. And the good thing about Halloween makeup is it doesn't have to be perfect and pretty and neat. Like if the tissue starts folding or crumbling up, that's perfectly fine, because it's gonna add texture and it's gonna make it look more real. So, you know, you don't need to be so perfect. You want to make sure you're adding a lot of latex for that second coat of latex, the top coat, just so, you know, the tissue stays put. And again, I'm just fanning myself so it can hurry up and dry faster. I'm going back in with that same black and red combo, and I'm going to put that paint all over the latex, so like until there's no white spots, just cover that whole area. So again, I'm gonna go back in with the scissors and I'm gonna start, you know, peeling and picking at it and cutting it. Just like I said, there's no real way, specific way to do this. It's just until you like how it looks. So just be mindful that when you start peeling and picking at it, some of the tissue might show, the white might show, but it's not the end of the world. You're gonna just take your paint and put it back over it like I just did. I used my finger, but you could go back in with the brush. Just cover it up. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, I was trying to see like where I wanted to peel it. And I would recommend peeling and pulling it before you cut it, so you won't accidentally cut your skin or hurt yourself. You know, you really have to separate that latex from your skin before you cut it. Because trust me, it's very easy to make a mistake and cut yourself. So after that, I'm going to be taking this that I got from Spirit Halloween. They also have it at Party City, and it's Bloody Scab. And guys, let me tell you, when this stuff dries, it really does look like a scab. Like, it really looks realistic. So first, I'm going to be outlining it like the same place that I did the black, like right underneath the zipper, like right up under there. And then other than that, I'm just going to be placing it randomly in this section of my face. Like I said, there's no real specific way to put it. I just put it on, you know, until I just like how it looks. This stuff is really thick. I also wanted to make sure that I put it at the bottom, like where I have those hanging pieces, which look like hanging pieces of skin. Just, you know, to make it look more realistic, look like it's really hanging off. Yeah, I'm just using a small brush so that I can really control where I want to put it. Now I'm going to be taking this sponge. I think it's called the stippling sponge. I got it from Party City for like $1. I don't even know how to explain it, but the way the material and the texture of the sponge, like, it just makes the blood look more, like, it looks like it's blood splatter instead of just looking like you just painted it on. Like, it just makes it look more realistic. I really don't know how to explain that, but it just makes it look more realistic. And I also put it over my lips because, you know, for this whole part to be like gore and my lips should just be plain, I feel like that would look really weird. So now I'm taking this stage blood that I got from Party City, and I feel like this blood works best when I just like squeeze it and let it just drip wherever it wants to go, because I feel like that's when it looks the most realistic. But I still did go in with my brush and just help spread it out, and just, you know, I put it over my lips again and just, you know, guide it where I really want it to be. Don't forget about your nose, guys, because I kept like forgetting about my nose. So I just put it at the ends to make it drip, like, you know, where it looks like the hanging skin, make it look like it's dripping off. And then I'm going back in with that sponge again and using that to just spread out the blood, give it that textured look. And I decided to add some down my neck and a little bit like on my chest too, just to make it look more realistic, you know, add details. Details are important. And this, I guess this view, you could better see like the pattern that the sponge gives you. And that looks better than if I just painted it on. Like, you get what I'm saying? It looks more realistic that way. And then you are done. You completed your look.